with friends and with family. All man fed up with me because I'm drunk and disorderly. Every weekend I in the jail. Drunk and disorderly. Nobody to stand me well. Drunk and disorderly. I'm feeling nice. All man fed up with me. Give me whiskey, rum and brandy. Drunk and disorderly. Nobody to stand me well. Mask in your mask. Even though I'm feeling homesick, even though I'm tired of rum, just give me a calypso music. Brooklyn is my home. Mask in your mask.
99.9 WEFM. WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right, so we are back with another talk segment here on WEFM's Activated Mornings program. And usually at this time, we have commentary from Mr. Kingsley De Freitas. All right, so Paige and Kingsley at this time, you can feel free to go ahead and to give us a call. So we're just going to wait a few seconds to see if he does call. And we're going to give him a few seconds. All right, so Kingsley is usually on the ball. So if he hasn't called us yet, we're probably not going to be hearing from him this morning. All right. So, we are going to head on into a topic at this time. All right. And our topic right now, we'll deal with farmers matters. All right. Farmers matters, food, farmers matters. All right. So we're going to be looking at two stories. The first on Eyewitness News, where a man finds pins in watermelons bought from Georgetown farmers. All right. Yes, I said pins, P-I-N-S, pins. All right. So farmer says this disgruntled employee might have committed the act. So a Fairhall man is warning consumers. I'm not sure if I was mentioned I'm reading this from Eyewitness News, but I'm reading it from Eyewitness News. All right. Fairhall man is warning consumers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to be mindful when buying and eating watermelons after he found the pins in two fruits he bought from a farming couple in Georgetown. The man who asked not to be identified in the article said he bought the fruits from a farm in Langley Park, from which he is accustomed to buying. Eyewitness News was able to confirm that he made a report to the police about the incident, and officers were called in one of the farmers who speculated that a disgruntled employee might have committed the act. The man paid $60 for the two watermelons, which weighed about 25 pounds, and placed them in a fridge when he got home. On a Saturday, there were some workmen at his house, and he invited them to a watermelon break, during which he cut one of the fruits into slices and distributed them. Then one of the guys said, "Hey, what's this?" Then he showed me a needle protruding. One was in his mouth and two inside of the slice I gave to him. The Fairhall man told Eyewitness News. He said he was surprised and thought that something was wrong with his knife, causing a piece to be embedded in the fruit. The man said that he checked the knife and the knife was intact, so he urged the workman to throw away the watermelon. All right, so it goes on to say that he went to Georgetown Police Station. He filed a report. The police officers went to the home of the person who he bought the watermelons from, and they were saying that they were not aware of anything of this happening, and the people who they might have purchased the watermelon from put pins inside, and those persons could have been injured. This is one of those stories where I kind of had my mouth open when I read it, right? Literally had my mouth open because I was very concerned to the point where a little bit of fright came to me, right? Before I give my thoughts, Dianna, what's your thoughts on this?
I think this story it has so many strange things in it. I mean, first of all, this person already had a needle in his mouth, so he had already bitten down on a needle. One, when the gentleman took the police, first of I don't think we heard anything from any authorities either that we should be on the lookout for watermelon with things like that. I don't think we heard any of that either. So that again is strange. Additionally, when they went to the person's house, the woman is is inside and seemingly tells the children to say that nobody is home, because for the longest while the children were saying, oh, nobody is home, and they could hear an adult in the background, but the children were saying nobody is home. Eventually they waited, and eventually the man came home, then called for the woman, who magically appeared out of the house that the children said no adult was in. So and according to the story, they didn't seem surprised at all. The fact that you are hiding from somebody, I would assume that you expected somebody to come with this kind of complaint, and so you already put something in place, or you're trying to hide from the person or something like that. So all of that is a bit strange to me, but I am really concerned that we didn't see anything from any of the authorities to put us on the alert. Because, I mean, somebody come to make a report to you to say that they found pins in their watermelon and cut one right in front of you, and you see the pin fall out. Wouldn't you want to let us know that we ought to be careful when we're buying watermelons, because you never know how far these things can travel to, or how many there are out there, so.
Well, I suppose maybe it was a case of not wanting to raise public alarm as well. Because if you raise public alarm in that sense, everybody who's selling watermelon, their sales could significantly go down, right? So this could just very well be an isolated case. What it is that concerns me, though, I noticed in the comment section that many persons were saying that it seems as if who the guy bought the watermelons from, who the police went to, that they probably stole the watermelons, and whoever it is they stole it from probably put pins in it to deter persons from stealing. While it is that I understand the frustration that farmers go through with predial larceny, I think this is a bit drastic, right? Because you are not the people who steal items, people who steal things, people who steal produce. They're not consuming them themselves. They're stealing them to resell. Well, not even say resell, because they didn't pay for them in the first instance, right? They're stealing them to sell. And the farmer, if indeed it was the original, the planter, right? If it was indeed the original farmer who put the pins in the watermelons to deter persons from stealing, they have to desist from doing it, because it doesn't just stop with the thief, right? It's going on to the consumers who not involved in all of this. The consumer is buying from somebody who they actually may have thought was the correct owners or the correct planter, the correct farmer of this produce. So, I mean, the word creative came to mind in terms of what it is that the farmer did, the original farmer did. But when it comes down to somebody's health and safety in this sense, they have to find another way in order to prevent persons from stealing, because this can't be it. At all. Right? This definitely can't be it.
Because, I mean, somebody here on the live is saying they heard about, I was about to say, I think I heard something like this years ago, but I was going to Google and Google isn't bringing up anything for me. I couldn't find it, but I was pretty sure that I heard about this thing from a couple of years ago. What if a child had eaten? This is why I'm saying the authorities should have, I understand not wanting to create that public scare, but at the same time, we can't wait until it's too late. Like, what if a child had eaten one of those and swallowed the pain and died? Then we would want to alert the public. But for me, even one person dead would still be too late, But I kind of get that.
Yeah,
but farmers like you say, farmers have to find something different. I mean,
yeah, I mean, like my whole thought process is that whoever steals it not going to be eating it. I mean, I'm sure you're getting high on your own supply. Well, supply that you've stolen, no, they're not going to do that, So, they have to find another way. Another way has to be found. But given that the police have already been involved in this matter, I would really and truly hope to see an update on this in terms of, did they actually get the information from the farmers, the people who they visited? Did they get information from them in terms of did they actually steal it? No, I mean, without evidence, you don't need to confess anything, right? But if they are going to be able to drill them in such a way so they find out exactly did they steal them and who they stole them from. So, you could just trace backwards and tell the original farmer not to,
And then the thing is, the original farmer, now hearing that this is out there, would they come forward to say, well, it's me? No, to say, you realize that, I'm saying, who thief your thing, but can you come out and say, I catch you, because the way that you found out.
In that way.
Yeah, the way that they found out. No, you out there publicly, and I know we're finding out that what you did was really horrible. Would they come out and say, "It's my watermelon the thief"?
Yeah, but then I might look to chant down that farmer, because I could be like, that's the best you could do, Exactly. So. Yeah, but gosh, I hope the farmer listening to us, right? I hope the farmer listening. Find another way, please. Yes. Pins and what? I mean, imagine if a tourist had consumed this.
Why?
And you know what? I probably shouldn't even say tourists to take it to that extreme, because we as citizens here, we should also be careful of what we consume and that sort of thing. But
for them, they would spread a little bit further, because then they would probably report back to their countries, to their friends. And
imagine pins and watermelons.
Next thing you hear somebody saying, when you get off the cruise ship here, don't buy such and such. We don't want that.
And then now you have legit persons who may have bought from farmers selling watermelons. Now everybody, where you buy a watermelon, you're going to be, you're going to be trying to. I mean, I don't want to laugh at this situation because it's really serious, but I guess you just had to be on alert now. But we know it's a scary world out there, but we don't think eating fruits would create that sort of scariness at all.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Sweet watermelon.
All right, so to talk about stolen produce again, let's head into another story. So, Kingston farmer charged with handling 300 pounds of stolen beef. All right, so reading this particular article from Asbert News and Network. So, on this 28th of March, 2025, police arrested and charged Shima Garway, a 24-year-old farmer of New Montrose, with the offense of handling stolen goods. All right, so according to investigations, Garway, knowing or believing that 300 pounds of beef were stolen goods, dishonestly received same for his own benefit. All right, the offense was committed in Kingston on the 24th of March, and Garway is expected to appear before the Kingston Magistrate Court to answer the charge. All right, so it's just a charge being put forward to him. But again, we see another story here of possible stolen goods. And I don't know how people who buy produce, like, how do you feel? Because you would love to be able to verify that who it is that you're buying things from. The original persons. And for us as consumers, it's like, I personally would not like to know that I am buying stolen goods.
Honestly,
I am contributing to that cycle, but we don't even know because, gosh.
I don't know who have farm and who in her farm, who rearing animal and who in rearing animal, So when you go out there, you just, we really just trust them to be selling us their own thing,
Yeah, so I mean, it's steps. It's steps that maybe the police have to get a bit more of a hand involved in. Because I don't want to be upholder, right? I do not want to be an unknowing upholder. So
correct.
It rough out there, all. I guess for the farmers it's rough, and for us as consumers who would like to be able to do the right thing, it's rough for us as well. But
it's not an easy road.
But in the same vein, I would like to issue a public service announcement. People who have their animals just roaming all over the place. Hey. Yes, I recognize that it is dry season. Please tie your animals. Right? I still of the firm opinion that people who do not tie their animals do not want their animals. And of course, I will never encourage predator larceny. But I do understand how easy it is for some animals to be stolen, because farmers or owners of these animals are not doing the right thing. And not doing the right thing by their animals in terms of tying their animals. All right. My yard isn't for your goats. My yard isn't for anything else that you choose to let go and to have roaming about the place. All right. So please, public service announcement. It is a dry season. Animals need water. They need green grass. find a place. If you see a plot of land and you know who owns the land and the grass is green, ask the person if you could tie your animals on their land. All right, but don't have them roaming about the place. We beg, we beseech, we ask nicely and kindly. All right. Anything? Final thoughts?
No.
All right. Now, with that, we are heading on out at this time, as it is exactly 8 o'clock here in SVG, and our time check came to you with the compliments of New Haven Funeral Home.